You mind taking a deep breath with me?
Yes, please.
On the count of 3. I'm just holding all the good. Exhale all that shit. 1, 2, 3. Take a deep breath in. It only takes a few seconds to get back and sink in the space that you're trying to be. Every time you're surrounded by energy that's a little foreign for yourself, to get too comfortable, we find ourselves trying not to melt, but we hesitate to allow ourselves to solidify in a state of currents, of current events that currently have us worrying about the things in and out of our spaces, because we know the babies that are being slain every single day in and out of our spaces. And then we get to this instance where we realize the moon ain't big enough always. But we try ever so sweetly to find a space in between the clouds and just between the trees where the limbs are no longer too far between, that we can actually catch a glimpse of such a light. That bright light is enough to make us realize that just a moment in time we could allow ourselves to because the pains that we have been bearing have been so long, so heavy. We have allowed these people to make us think that we're supposed to take it. Fake the notions of being strong enough to think that strength is something like no tears, no sorrow, no screaming, just whispers of I'm fine. And these fine lines between the words that we spit, we allow ourselves to exist, and even then we realize that some people never pay attention anyway. Didn't even notice that pause, or the quickness to gasp for air, too afraid the disparity might come over them to the point that you would actually see. Maybe being okay is just a place of complacency because this thing was too easy to swallow to bring us to a space of understanding why we drink, why we sip, why we always try not to trip into persons of negative spaces. We get in front of their faces and realize that the pain that they carry is more so this dismay that they have shown themselves in the mirror, because they were too in awe of their reflection, couldn't understand how their beauty was just like black magic. We call it on hashtags, but you don't understand how tragic it is for the mothers who have all the magic in their face and they think that their screams cannot be heard. They echo in the essence of dirt, understanding the work and the worth of what we put into exert, but we don't understand the energy that we exert is so much more than the portion of being able to work past the pain, past the limit of time, to understand that your job is never to try to be okay, but to stand above everything that would ever make you think you weren't in the first place. Your strength is so much more to be cherished and applauded, because there is absolutely no way you could give birth naturally and not have anybody naturally just give you all the respect, because you have the ability to bear kids, and not just that, withstand all the pain that it comes with. It's a beautiful thing to watch babies come to life, but even more so how you watch their mothers play with them in the middle of the night. They are never tired. That's passion. And if you haven't found your purpose, you realize that it's worth it, but sometimes it don't be worth it because you be too busy working, trying to get kids to get on the space to be able to understand that their dreams could too become their own reality, but we are so busy trying to fit in the glimpse of somebody's naive imagination to not know that we could paint on wood frames and make them beautiful. And just like Frida before unibrows were ever stripped like wax, we understand that there's no way to put words on wax. I couldn't record this shit past the issue of you being able to say that we have leaders in this room, privileged in this room. The privilege of being in the space with the leaders in this space is something like, wow. And we celebrate all that she is. She reigns in the evidence of understanding that the evidence is so clear, because the strength of a man to know that we should be celebrated past 1 month of the year, just like they celebrate all another new month. That's all the year. So we always stand in conviction to realize that even when your respect has been questioned, when someone loses respect for you, you always know that you can still maintain respect for them, because you celebrate their black, you celebrate their woman, you celebrate all the blood that runs through it, and then you realize that there is a beauty in being able to forgive people for their own ignorance, because it be some shit. So easy to believe the lies that someone you love tells you, because it's so easy to hold on to the spell of being caught up, not realizing that we have to come up with the truth to understand that sometimes we get so used to being complacent that we don't realize that sometimes you have to shave, the cuts, and lock, and key everything that you bought me. And even in the sense of silence, we realize that that's where the heart is, because we realize that its beat is not enough for the mic to reach, but in the whispers that we allow ourselves to be, we realize that all of us have something so beautiful to cherish, something amazing to celebrate. And then we have women who look like Angie Stone with these shades on. I think that's Angela Olivia Guillory. How could you not celebrate that? And realize at the same time that having a child naturally shows your strength, so don't you ever let a motherfucker make you think twice about what you can take. Thank you.